Short attention span. If you can read this sentence with ease, your mind isn't working a 100%, but that's a good thing. Players with short attention span might have trouble learning hard things, but their superpower is that their brain finds shortcuts easier. Here's why. When your brain is running at full conscious power, it tends to overprocess every little detail. That makes you freeze up, second guess, and miss the bigger picture. The fact that you can casually read scrolling text without effort shows your brain is actually in low gear mode, filtering out 90% of the noise and only focusing on what matters, which is a solid plus 10 in intelligence. Not running at 100% lets you save processing power for connecting dots faster than someone who's hyper-focused. In 1500, a man with a severely short attention span was contracted to create paintings that he later abandoned because his mind wandered and had many rapid new ideas. People were frustrated with him, but he stayed true to himself and how his mind worked, and so he later created the world's most astounding paintings like the Mona Lisa. And his name? Leonardo da Vinci. Seeing sound. This is what a person experiences when they have this rare debuff. Synesthesia is the rare condition that leads them to see each and every sound they hear as a color in their mind. During the day, they can become easily distracted by the fact that the car sound feels purple, or the voice of your boss feels black. They are constantly overstimulated and can't focus on their daily tasks. And the worst thing of all is the fact that none of the other players understands you. It's like speaking Chinese in an English Fortnite server. That's why these players are heavily debuffed in their focus and clarity stats. Luckily, their debuff has a hidden overpowered ability. These people basically unlocked an extra sense in their body, which increases their memory stats because they can connect information to color. They can see details more clearly because a color signal in their mind can tell them if something is off. In 1987, a boy with synesthesia went to school overstimulated by his condition. He tried his very best, but to this day, he has to escape round places due to the fact that his mind gets overloaded with colors. But he ended up using his ability to his advantage, started a music career where he exceeded due to his overpowered ability. The player's name is Pharrell Williams. Blurry vision. Most people see this apple clearly. If you see it blurry right now, you might be hit with a vision debuff. I'm joking, Loot Slayer. Players with this condition have a severe vision debuff that leads to the fact that reading a book becomes a challenge played in God mode. They also experience more headaches than other people and orienting themselves on the game map due to their clarity stat being nerfed. But the hidden power for players with visual disability is the fact that they hearing stats become overpowered. Now they can hear harmonies of sound so precisely because they are forced to rely on their remaining senses. Face blindness. If you can see this face, you should be grateful. Players with face blindness have a brutal debuff. Every face in the room looks like a generic NPC. Friends, coworkers, even family can appear unfamiliar, making social interactions a constant drain on focus and memory stats. You might forget who's in your squad, miss emotional cues, or get lost in crowded zones where everyone blends together. I bet you wonder what the hidden overpowered ability of this one is, because it does seem like a useless nerf. Because you can't rely on faces, your brain levels up other detection stats. Tone of voice, body language, micro-expressions, and subtle cues that fully sighted players often ignore. Over time, you develop a tactical edge in reading people, predicting moves, and spotting intentions that most players completely miss. In 1963 in Los Angeles, a boy was seen as aloof and distant, but he was actually struggling because he couldn't recognize faces. He developed an extraordinary ability to read voices, body language, and subtle cues instead. This hidden superpower let him predict people's intentions and master social dynamics. Over time, these skills made him an icon in Hollywood, turning what seemed like a weakness into a tactical advantage. You know him from Fight Club, and he goes by the offline name, Brad Pitt, Double Vision. How the hell can seeing double be a hidden ability? Players with double vision see two images where there should be one. Reading, navigating, and even catching a ball becomes a boss-level challenge. Your coordination and focus stats take a serious hit, but here is the hidden OP ability. Because your brain constantly reconciles conflicting visual input, it develops hyper-advanced coordination and reflex stats. You start noticing movement patterns and trajectories faster than other players, giving you an edge in action, sports, and fast paced decision making. That hidden OP turned a daily struggle into mastery. Aphantasia. This is an apple in the mind of a person with aphantasia. Players with aphantasia have a debuff where they cannot visualize images mentally. Try picturing that apple. For them, it's blank, like a missing texture in a game. Planning, recalling memories, or imagining strategies feels nerfed. But the hidden ability hiding behind this is this. Without relying on mental images, their brain levels up logic, abstract reasoning, and pattern recognition, making them incredible problem solvers and strategic thinkers. They process information like a master tactician, seeing solutions where others are stuck in imagination loops. That hidden OP turned a daily challenge into genius-level power. In 1976 in Cambridge, a man was seen as absent-minded and daydreamy, but he was actually struggling with this condition. He developed these superpowers and created Pixar. The reason Pixar has this unique style is due to the fact that the founder, Ed Catmull, simply couldn't see images in his mind, therefore he relied on rules, math, and logic, which lead to the iconic Pixar style, skinniness. Don't you hate it when you feel too skinny? Or even worse, when someone comments on your low weight or lack of muscles? Players with extreme skinniness often face a debuff, lower physical strength, slower hits in combat, and being underestimated in challenges. Everyday tasks feel harder, and social stats take a hit because people assume you're fragile. But every debuff has a hidden OP ability. Skinnier players often level up speed, agility, and endurance, moving faster, dodging attacks, and conserving energy in ways heavier players can't. They also excel in precision and efficiency-based challenges, turning perceived weakness into a tactical advantage. That hidden OP can make you outperform players who rely on brute force. In 1940 in San Francisco, a boy was seen as frail and weak, but he used his lean build to develop incredible speed, agility, and control in martial arts. These skills helped him become an iconic fighter and film star, and his name? Bruce Lee. Tasting color. While you see this color, a person with this debuff might suddenly taste dirt in their mouth due to their condition. Players with this rare form of synesthesia have a debuff where senses overlap. Colors, sounds, and words trigger unexpected tastes. Everyday life can be overwhelming. Reading, listening to music, or walking through a colorful room can overload focus and drain mental stamina. But every debuff has a hidden OP ability. Because their brain links multiple senses together, they unlock enhanced memory, creativity, and pattern recognition, associating sounds with colors, words with tastes, and numbers with shapes. Subscribe to Level Up